All right, welcome into another episode of the 2022 MLB Draft Show. And man, it's been a minute, Ian. It's been 3 or 4 months since we've had this show rocking and rolling, but we're 3 months from the draft, and we figured we'd kick things back off with a big surger, a guy with big helium right now, Stillwater's own Jackson Holliday. Jackson, what's going on, man?
Not much. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, man. We like to open things up right away by just kind of opening the floor to you. Tell us a little bit about Jackson Holliday, what you're about, what you're like on the field, and then some of the things you like to do off the field.
Well, my dad played baseball forever, so I've kind of grown up around the game.
I don't know who signed off or how you got this. Do you think you could have run this one by me? I mean, seriously?
My life's kind of centered around baseball. It's what I want to do, so pretty much everything that I do involves around that. I enjoy golfing and fishing, but I'm pretty laid back and kind of just like to hang at the house.
I dig it. I'm a golfer too, and I played baseball back in the day. I'm assuming you have a pretty massive slice.
So I play right-handed, so I hit left-handed. So I'm more of a draw guy, so I'll snap hook them now. But I kind of overcorrected, so
there you go.
I've gotten pretty good.
Well, just jumping back into that, you mentioned baseball being a big part of your life, and we're just going to talk about the legacy you're continuing on at Oklahoma State. I mean, I know that must mean a lot to you. I know the recruiting process must have been the easiest out of any serious prep player we have in this entire country right now. But just talk to me a little bit about how this has worked for you and how excited you are to be a part of this legacy you guys have built there with your family.
It's awesome. It's awesome to be able to come to Oklahoma State. Obviously, my uncle's the coach, and my dad's the volunteer, but my grandpa was the head coach for a really long time, and we love this place, and the fans are great. So it'd be really awesome to be able to go and play there for my uncle and my dad.
Absolutely.
I dig it, man. I dig it. I want to talk a little bit about your game because you're a very well-rounded player, and your bat has taken monumental strides here over the last, we'll call it 8 months. What's your favorite part about your game? Do you have more fun on defense? Do you have more fun at the plate? What kind of player are you?
I really enjoy playing defense personally. Last year I was lucky enough to be able to win like the high school Gold Glove kind of. There's like a coaches association, and I got to win that. So it's like a real Rawlings award. So
wow,
that was really neat. I take a lot of pride in defense, but obviously I love to hit, and I really enjoy just playing.
Really quick, Ian, before I jump over to you, I want to talk about the bat too. I mean, last year, Ian was at PG National. We've kind of followed you for the last 18 months or so. Last summer, it seemed like, at times you were a little pull happy. You were just trying to get all of it. And now you're more up the middle of the field. You're impacting the baseball with greater authority. Is there anything that you can attribute to your present success?
So last summer, I didn't play as well as I did the summer before. Kind of got a little too big, kind of was overswinging against good competition, not kind of being myself and getting a little bit out of who I am as a player. And I was looking at my swings, and compared to the summer before, I was real short and direct because I was playing up against a better competition, and I wanted to be able to compete. So I shortened everything, and then going into this summer, I kind of just got away from me. So at the end of the summer, me and my dad started hitting every single day, kind of trying to get back to a simpler swing to where I can fire more aggressively and be more consistent. So it's paid off. I've been working out a lot, and it's starting to show.
Well, talking about the summer a little bit more, I know you mentioned you got away from yourself a little bit, but you still played in nearly every prestigious showcase event, and then you finished it off by playing with U18 with Team USA. Mm-hmm. So just talking about how the Team USA experience was for you, I know that's a pretty prestigious time to be a part of that team.
That was the most fun that I've ever had playing baseball. Just kind of the whole experience with the USA was really, really neat. And it was funny, like my dad played with Kadire when they were 18, and it was just kind of a circle of kind of my whole baseball career kind of coming down to that. And I really, really enjoyed it. And it was super fun to be able to play with the best kids in the country and represent my country.
I got to ask for U18, I mean, you met and played with the best players in the country.
Mhm.
Was there anyone on that team that you grew specifically close with, or you consider a close friend from that event?
I really enjoyed all of them. I thought they did a really, really good job of picking good people too. My roommate was Riley Stanford for both for PDP and for the USA, so we became pretty good friends. I really like Paxton Kling. We're pretty good buddies, but I enjoyed all of them. I thought they were all great. I was really good friends with all the pitchers for some reason. We played we played stickman golf, which is like a golf game on our phones to every place that we went, and it was like me, Jackson Ferris, Mike Kennedy, Joe Allen, and Cade Fisher. So we had fun.
I dig it, man. You and Paxton Kling in the same room would be brutal for people trying to pick you out of a lineup.
Well, speaking about those pitchers that you just mentioned and more that you faced this summer, is there a guy that stuck out that really was a tough at bat that you faced? I know you faced a few of these guys probably more than once.
Berea was probably, I've told a lot of people this, my toughest at bat of the summer, without a doubt. Kind of the side slot at like 96 was definitely difficult for a left-handed hitter. So I definitely say him. He was very difficult.
It gets on top of you quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about the lineage. I mean, you can't have a conversation without talking about your dad. And he
Mm-hmm.
played in the big leagues for what, 15, 16 years, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
What's it been like kind of growing up around that? What sort of advantages do you think you've had on the baseball field with Matt kind of in your corner, teaching you along the way?
I'd say quite a bit. I feel like me and my family, we traveled with him everywhere. So everywhere that he played, we lived during the summer. So we lived in New York and St. Louis and Colorado. And it was amazing. It was really, really fun, and being able to be in the clubhouse almost every day and seeing how those players work and what they do to stay at the top of their game was really neat to see. And one of my dad's good buddies is Nolan Arenado, and he came and stayed with us a few off seasons ago, and we took ground balls in the rain, and just kind of seeing how hard he works, even on like a 40-degree day and it's raining, he's still making these ridiculous plays that you see on TV. So that kind of stood out to me, and how they treat people, and it's really neat to see.
Was there a city that stood out? It sounds like Colorado is kind of near and dear to your heart, but I mean, you played a few other spots.
St. Louis, we spent the most time in. That was kind of like right in the middle, like when I was 12 and like 10, 11, 12. So definitely there. I played a lot of travel ball there, and I've got a lot of friends in St. Louis. But we lived in Jupiter during the off seasons, so Jupiter's kind of was my second home for sure.
Nice.
Big fan of Jupiter myself, so
I
love that answer there. But for about a few months out from the draft now, what is one thing that you can point to that you love to work on as we're moving forward to the next few months?
I always talk about kind of just trying to improve everything, and if I can improve everything, then I'll become a better player. And so I don't know if there's a specific thing. I mean, obviously you want to get stronger and faster and more developed, but just trying to overall improve my game would be most important.
I dig it, man. All right, so we'll kind of change it up here at the end, give you some questions that are a little bit more wild card-esque. The first one that I like to ask is, you are well past the point of doing Zoom interviews with area scouts and kind of getting to know different teams. Was there a question that sticks out as the weirdest question that you got during that Zoom cycle?
No, I don't know. I remember like I had to fill out something that was like, would you leave peanut butter in the fridge or in the pantry?
Every time.
That's probably the weirdest one, but I don't remember a certain question being weird, but that one was definitely strange.
Do you put the peanut butter in the fridge?
Me and my dad talked about how it would be just depend on what you want. If you want like a sandwich, then you put it in the pantry, but if you want to put on like ice cream, you just leave it in the fridge.
You guys are cerebral, man. Overthinking that question for sure.
It was so weird. He just started like breaking it down. I was like, oh.
That's fantastic.
That is.
All right, man. This is going to be a tough question in the Holliday household.
Okay.
You, Ethan, your dad, and your mom. Who's got the best head of hair?
I'd say me. Definitely not my dad. He kind of. But, I go with me. Ethan's is kind of like he looks like a clown right now. It's all over the place.
He looks like a clown.
Yeah, it like comes out the side of his hat. He needs a haircut.
He's a big kid, man.
Yeah,
your brother's not small. You better watch your mouth.
Yeah, he's really big. He's like 6'3" and he's freshman. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's gonna lead to my last question here. Actually, we got two more. Second to last question is, who's got the most upside in the Holliday household? Is your dad the pinnacle, or could you or Ethan kind of beat his career?
We've talked about like hitting like what was it? I don't remember. I think like whoever has the most home runs as a family, we were going to try to beat it.
Oh, I like that.
So that would be like hold the all-time record for most home runs in a family. But as far as like right now, Ethan is a lot better than I ever was as a freshman, and I'm sure my dad would say the same thing. So he's very, very talented.
I dig it, man. All right, last question. We always end on this.
Always.
What's the weirdest fact that you know about literally anything?
Oh man.
This is a stumper for everybody.
Nobody's ever gotten this and they're like, I knew it coming in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Okay, it's definitely weird. So, I don't know if this is. You might have to delete this, but if you like lose weight, your voice will go higher.
What?
Like if you like someone who's heavier, if they lose a ton of weight, their vocals will go higher.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. We watch American Idol, and we looked it up, and that's probably the weirdest fact that I know.
And so you Googled that, so that's confirmed. That's not just like a.
That's a good one. That's probably one of our better ones. I'm not gonna lie.
Now I kind of want to gain a bunch of weight to get more macho.
Yeah, you lose it, and then your voice will.
Yeah, dude, I dig that. That's a good one. That's
top five. Top five for sure. Absolutely.
For sure, man. Well, Jackson Holliday, dude, we appreciate you coming on the show. We're big fans of you.
Yes, sir.
Love watching, kind of seeing where your game has taken up to another level, and whether that ends up at Oklahoma State or in the pros, you got a couple of fans in Ian and I.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, man. You have a good day. All right, take it easy.
You too.